Okay, moving from DC into reality.
Go watch Batwoman superhero trailer and then send your reactions to Everyday Black Men at
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Your reactions.
Instagram and Twitter. Hit us up there.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram, Everyday
we'll
Black Men, Twitter at EVYD Black Men.
Yeah. We need to start getting some interactions here, ladies and gentlemen.
We want
Tell me
all
what you
the
think of the Batwoman trailer.
Tell us what you think of the Batwoman trailer.
And then we're about to
Do you
have
like
a
it? Do you like everything but Ruby Rose? Let's see. Go ahead.
In Georgia, when we were on the plane, some of us, heading to Vegas, they decided to sign this heartbeat bill.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a finicky topic because we don't have any women in here.
Which doesn't go into play until January.
Yeah, it doesn't start till the calendar. It's going to be challenged. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, Missouri's already being challenged, ironically, by the Temple of Satan.
I saw that.
The Temple of Satan, for real?
Yeah. Because the Temple of Satan is basically a whole bunch of people who don't actually have a real religion, but are basically using the fact that if you get religious exemption, literally your life becomes 10,000 times better.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could buy everything that you want, but you never had to pay taxes for it, Armstead.
Pretty much.
And on top of that, imagine if we couldn't tax you for certain things because we can't tax you.
Everyday Black Man for Christ, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyday Black Men for Christ. People are like, you guys aren't. No, we believe in Black Christ. Only Black Christ and just Black Christ.
We tried it.
Continue.
But yeah, they did the heartbeat bill while we were literally enjoying ourselves in Vegas. Everybody is tripping. Feminists on my line and regular people on my line. Women are going crazy, talking about their rights and all this kind of stuff.
My body.
Rights, their body, their choice.
Men should not have the right to tell us what to do with our bodies.
Well, they do.
I agree.
I mean, I agree that men shouldn't have the right to tell you, but
Why do you agree with that? Because there was a healthcare debate back in 2017. Men were in there talking about, why am I paying for a woman's healthcare?
well, sir, I believe.
And the answer they gave them is because men get women pregnant.
That's also true.
And I went, well, now let's move forward. Women said this because men get women pregnant. Then those men who went and made this decision, they should have a decision or a choice in it because they get you pregnant, right?
That's also true. They do get you pregnant.
That's right.
And if you chose to keep it, this conversation needs to be held, and it needs to be a long ass conversation. And I know why they're doing it. Let me tell you, feminists and you whatever. This has nothing to do with your black ass if you black. All right? All right? I'm going to tell you, Planned Parenthood was created to destroy your black ass and euthanize us. But is it working?
One interpretation of Margaret Sanger. I mean, the other interpretation is that she actually co-opted saying that we'll get rid of minorities to make white men actually approve of it. Because, remember, minorities didn't exactly run the country at that time.
She also didn't think you should be able to have children without a quote-unquote birthing license or whatever.
Yeah, she did one birthing license. That's something that she wanted to cross the board.
Yeah, this is a whole larger conversation, but I think this is really about white people.
Well, so that's, I think the problem is that black people are getting caught up, and everyone, let me phrase that, everyone's getting caught up in the middle of white men essentially trying to strike back against the fact that a lot of white women just don't want to have kids. I'm just being straightforward. The ones I know who wanted to have kids either can't have kids, for whatever reason can't have children. All the white women I know who didn't want to have kids are the ones who just keep popping them out. And then they keep going to places to try to get their tubes tied, and it just doesn't seem to be working.
That sucks.
I mean, it sucks on several ends, because there's been a guy who got a vasectomy and his wife got her tubes tied, still got a kid. Because sometimes life finds a way.
And why are they comparing sperm to a... Like that, they have some terrible arguments out there.
Well, you don't like the argument.
No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
All right.
A fertilized egg versus two separate entities? That doesn't make any sense.
How would you phrase the argument for them?
For them, I mean, I told you, I'm pro-choice. Let's get this right. If you want to kill the baby, kill the fucking baby. I don't really give a fuck. But if you want to keep it, you can't kill it or keep it and say it's a baby. That's why I'm just saying kill it. It's a baby. I don't give a fuck. I don't want this shit.
Okay.
That's my choice.
So what you're saying is
it's
you
not
want to
very
call
PC.
it. You want to call it a baby
Oh,
in no uncertain terms. You want to
it's
call
a
it
baby. Let's go with it.
Okay, but regardless of whether you want to make someone mad, I think the part of the conversation that really kind of ticks a lot of people off is the fact that we don't exactly have the best health care for expected mothers. We don't exactly have policies that support someone having children. And we damn sure don't do child support starting at conception.
I'm going to start this right here.
Go ahead.
Hey, you white women who elected Trump?
I mean, you're
And
not
these
wrong.
and these white Republicans. Are y'all mad now, ain't y'all?
A lot of people are mad. People who voted for Trump, people who didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah, but they're closet vote Trump supporters.
Oh no. There's a lot of
Y'all
closet
really
Trump
think this thing is
supporters.
gonna go through like that? Y'all think they're
Oh,
gonna
nah.
really gonna challenge?
No,
it?
I think they're going to challenge it. I think
Like
Alabama's
6 weeks?
done.
That
I
is
think
crazy.
Alabama's done. I think Alabama, no matter what goes on,
6
I think that
weeks
state
too
is done.
short, bro.
Not even 6. Like anything less than I think
Yeah,
12
that's-
is too short.
I think 12 is good. Like them late term abortions. I know you.
Well,
don't
no.
hate
I'm
me.
not saying 20 weeks. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like 12.
I don't like those. And they're like, well, you don't have a choice. I got you pregnant, bitch. You let a dick go in you. I got to have something. You 20 weeks pregnant, you get mad at me and say you want to have an abortion, and you saying it's your body, your choice, then I should be like, I don't want to take care of that motherfucker. Or like, it just, even though I wouldn't say that. But that's just fucked up.
Well,
Like,
I think
where-
both
I-
things
yeah.
should stand a point. I feel like women should get the ability to choose whatever. But I think if you tell
Not
somebody,
whatever.
if you tell someone, no, let women have the ability to choose whatever. But I think if the father puts forth the thing that says that he wants to have the child, then at that point, I think we need to either have some sort of pass or something where it's like, next time somebody's like, nah, he's the father. Be like, nope, remember, I wanted to be a father here. Y'all wouldn't let me be a father. And now y'all saying you want me to be
you're
a father.
forcing us to have your children.
Exactly. That's why I said, that's exactly why I phrased it as, this man wanted to have this child. He said that he was willing to have it. You said no, so he gets a pass. So that the next time somebody's like, you need to be a father, he just throws in his pass and is like, nah, I'm out.
Government.
You know what's something that kills me? Is, you don't remember like back in the days that women used to always say, "Oh, I want to have his babies," but now
Oh,
it's
they still
like
say that
he's
shit.
mine.
No.
Those
They
my
say that
kids.
above a certain pay grade.
Yeah, when you get rich, you don't, ain't no abortions.
There's no abortions for rich niggas.
No.
That's the thing that they're not making a point of, is that rich people will still be able to get abortions if they want them.
Yeah.
But women who fuck with rich niggas not getting abortions. They weren't getting abortions before.
And there's another thing you want to consider.
Look at Drake. Drake is the primary example. That baby may or may not even be his. But what's the first thing that lady said? It's yours.
God's plan.
God's plan.
God's plan.
There's another thing I want to point out that I want you guys to think objectively. Whether you think it's woman's body or I don't care about any of that, and make a choice. I don't really care. I think the choice should be there. Except for late term abortions, I'm just not fucking with it. You hate it, love it.
How
don't
late?
care.
We said over 12 weeks.
He
doesn't like over 12.
I think over 12. That's 3 months, right?
Yeah, it's 3
8,
months.
12.
Yeah,
you
it's
should
3
know by
months.
then, right?
Yeah.
I think about 3 months you should know.
3 months. Let's say at latest
I mean, but that's,
14.
I feel like if you're going to,
It's too much for me too, because you showing it 3 months.
I mean,
Some people show it 2 months.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it gets whatever. That's neither here nor
It's
there.
just one of those things where it's like,
It's too many men in the building for us to make a point.
Yeah.
But the points I want to
there's
make,
too many men for us to say beyond 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much testosterone.
unless that baby's killing you, then you got to go.
Well, I think if the baby's killing you at any point in time.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't know about any point in time.
I mean, if you can make it to
7 months,
24 weeks, I mean, you can
Take
get
'em
things out. But at the same time, 24 weeks, I mean, have you seen what happens to most babies at 24 weeks? They don't get a podcast about them. Shout out to Radio Lab, because they had a whole thing called 23 Weeks and Counting. And it was basically about this baby who literally fought everything.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out to our boys,
Y'all went PC,
52 and Smoke.
bitches.
They went very different from it. I was glad that they had a woman in the room on that conversation. Not the way I would have had it, but at the same time, I mean,
Yeah, just because a woman in the room doesn't mean we don't get to discuss things, ladies. Okay.
Ladies.
All right. Okay. Let me throw another thing at you. All right. As far as the government goes. All right. How much does it cost to raise a child?
some people would say as much as $1 million. Some people would say as little as 250,000,
250,000. All right. How much does it cost to get an abortion?
$300.
What's the benefit for the government on that $300? Let's say at most $500.
I mean, but government gets little benefit, if any at all.
All right. What's the benefit on that $300,000?
Well, now we're going to be able to charge you taxes for the rest of your life, bitch.
Bam. Y'all got to think about it like that too. All right. As far as your choice, no choice. I mean, there has to be a point. What if like?
You made a great point,
That
but
was-
you
yeah.
didn't say the point.
What?
The United States is not making enough kids to sustain our current population.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
continuing on to the point that you're
that
making.
makes a lot of sense.
The point is that you may think that it's about you, but it's not always about you. We need, especially white people, they're going to be outnumbered by 2030. Is it or 2040?
2040 is when they.
I think it's earlier than that, ladies and gentlemen.
It might be.
The Mexicans are coming, right? And black people, if we got no
Hispanics
abortion,
have been having kids, and they don't give a fuck about anything.
I'm sorry. That was kind of.
I mean, you could be Latinx if you want to be super PC.
They are Mexican.
Yeah.
All right, the ones who have.
That's me bullshit. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans and there's some Cubans and all that stuff.
Yeah,
there's a good portion of Mexicans.
Good portion of them
good
motherfuckers.
Portion of
Mexicans, right? Okay. So don't take it no type of way, all right? Hispanic.
No disrespect.
What am I saying?
I mean, that's why I said you could call them Latinx. I mean, that's the new word that people want to use. It basically just means that you're from Latin something, Latin X-Men,
Degeneration
women. Exactly. It's literally anyone who has a. So actually, some black people need to be starting to claim Latinx because
we need to get some babies.
We need to get in that majority pool while we get a chance.
Yeah, we'll be minority still because we abort babies. So I think that's a discussion we need to have with a woman in here. Like, you ever realize like people who get pregnant when they aren't married? What's the first question they ask?
Do you want to keep it?
Hey. We got to get rid of that question.
We as black people. Well, no, we don't necessarily need to get rid of that question. We need to get to the point where you're not having to have that question. Like where you just sit with someone, you just like, so what you looking about for child support? Because we ain't gonna work. Like that's what needs to be the question. The question needs to become, so what you think you need for child support?
Your ass moving in.
Exactly, or like, hey, I got a house. You can have a room. You can keep other niggas because I'm gonna still have some ladies. And move the conversation going forward. Still have some ladies. But we need to have that kind of conversation. Yeah, the conversation we always have is, are we keeping it? We need to move the conversation forward.
Because even my homies, when they get a girl pregnant, y'all keeping it?
But
it's either y'all keeping it or, hey, what you want to do?
But that's the problem. That's the same thing. Just a different way of saying. But you're right, Ari. We need to as black people be like, so what's your child support? What you looking like for child support? Are you moving in? Like, we need to have that conversation instead of it always being, are we keeping it? Because when you phrase it from a, are we keeping it standpoint, then 60% of the time it's going to be, nah. So what you need to go down to the clinic? Like, that's the kind of thing. Whereas if you phrase it as a, so what you want for child support? Now we thinking of, all right, cool. How are we going to, like, what you thinking of names? Next time I
get a chick pregnant, I'm going to be like, yo, so how you want me to be there? Because I'm there.
Exactly. Or so I was thinking the name Alexandria for a girl, or
I was thinking Keanu
for a boy.
Keanu
I was thinking John Wick. If you really want to be about this life, Keanu Wick.
That's stupid.
But we're pushing the conversation forward in the way that we can. Now we need to have some ladies who can maybe chime in, because I understand there are certain times where people aren't ready for things, but as
they
one lady
say that, but I see niggas with 8 kids doing it. You can do this, baby.
Yeah, it can be done.
It can do it.
I know a nigga that stay in a hotel next to a Burger King.
They
got
doing
like
it.
8 kids.
They doing it.
I mean, but the problem is at this point in time, he don't stay at a hotel. He is the hotel.
They don't have a hotel no more. Yeah. They did it with Taco Bell jobs. Y'all niggas ain't got Taco Bell jobs.
These niggas had Taco Bell actually plays all right.
It depends on how much money you make, because you can game the system, and they need to change the system, bro. I want another thing is, I ain't know this because I never tried to do it. Anybody ever tried to do a public defender?
I haven't had to in a long time.
You know how much money you not got to make to get a public defender? Yeah, government does not want to help you at all. 100%.
It's like, oh, you want a public defender?
It was like,
is it a murder charge?
In Georgia,
nah, you're not getting it.
You gotta make $12,000 or some bullshit like that, or some fuck.
Yeah, unless you're on a murder trial, they're like, nah, we're not giving you a lawyer.
That's fucked up, man.
It's not fucked up. It's, again, going back to what you said earlier. Most of this is because of this way the state wants things to be set up.
The government doesn't want to support these women having children.
Government doesn't want to support women having children.
If she doesn't have any children, she's making $50,000. Then that baby, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as that baby's child care for the first 5 years. Because that's the most expensive time. Like,
it is. It is.
We talking about first 6 weeks. We talking about $500 a week if you gotta get childcare.
And that's if you had like a regular place. One of my homies was paying like 13 something.
Yeah, that nigga got it. Other niggas, like even if you're doing home daycare, that's like $300 because it's a baby.
Yeah.
Right. That we need to. If y'all gonna do shit like that, then you gotta support them better. Because if y'all gonna do it, then I want y'all start the system early and make it more expensive. Because most women, they're making about 30,000-40,000 here, right, in Georgia?
Yeah, because they're not making that much.
Yeah, then you honestly, if you talking about 30,000-40,000 plus rent, shit.
Yeah,
like,
that is pretty much